Traveler's Rest. Doesn't it just sound like the perfect place to retire or to live an active life? Today, you're going to come with me while we cruise through one of Greenville's most sought after areas. Buckle up and hop in the car with me. We're starting here at beautiful Furman University, which is a huge part of this community. I'm going to show you the $1 Million Mountain views that are right here in Traveler's Rest. We're going to cruise through the downtown business district, and I'm going to show you some of the established and newer developments that are creating quite the buzz. So if you're curious about living in the Greenville, South Carolina area, come along with me. Today, we're going to tour one of Greenville's hottest areas. I'm Meredith, and I'm a real estate agent with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, C. Dan Joyner Realtors. For a little over 6 years, I've been showing folks what it's like to live in my hometown of Greenville, South Carolina. If you're searching for the perfect spot for you right here in this area, please subscribe, click the button down below, and you'll find all of my contact information in the caption below. Come on, y'all, let's go explore Traveler's Rest. So today you are riding along with me while I show you what's probably one of my favorite parts of the Greenville area, and that's Traveler's Rest. And you really can't talk about Traveler's Rest without talking about Furman University. Furman is a private liberal arts college situated right between Greenville and Traveler's Rest, and it is a beautiful part of Traveler's Rest. Traveler's Rest is a city. It's in Greenville County. It's a little bit, I guess you could say, northwest of downtown, 10 to 15 minutes by car. Depending on your speed by bike, you can certainly get to downtown Greenville and commute to a lot of places in Greenville by the Swamp Rabbit Trail. Traveler's Rest is named that because back in, the founding of Greenville, and when Greenville was a textile city, Traveler's Rest was the place where the traders and the workers and the companies stopped on their way down the mountain from Asheville to Greenville. And it was called Traveler's Rest because that's where the travelers would rest. Now, if you come visit this lovely place, or if you spend any time with me, you're going to hear it referred to as TR. So if you're with me and I say TR, that means Traveler's Rest, and that means you're becoming a local. That's a good thing. Well, the beautiful thing about Furman is it is a university, but it's a really special part of the community here in Traveler's Rest. As we drive around, you can see that there's bike and walk lanes. You can see all different kinds of people out walking and riding. The Swamp Rabbit Trail comes through campus, so you can take the Swamp Rabbit Trail to Furman University. There's all kinds of community events. Of course, there's the college athletic events. Furman's basketball team has made it into the NCAA Sweet 16 in recent years, so that's a big deal. Timmons Arena, the basketball arena, is brand new. Renovations just finished, and the Greenville Triumph, our local pro soccer team, they are playing here while their stadium is under construction over in Malden in Bridgeway Station, and you can learn more about that in my video about what's coming to Greenville in 2025. So, when we talk about Furman and what it adds to the community, in addition to the Swamp Rabbit Trail, Furman has a program especially for retirees, and it's called OLLI, and that stands for Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. And OLLI is a place where retirees, I'm not sure of the age qualification, but you can register for classes, and it's everything from birding and hiking and dancing to finance to history, cooking. In my neighborhood, there's a lot of retirees and empty nesters, and the 2 days of the year that you sign up for OLLI classes are very exciting days in my neighborhood, and I always hear my neighbors walking and talking about what classes they signed up for. So OLLI is a really special part of Furman, and it's a thing that makes Furman a really special part of Traveler's Rest. It is an amenity for retirees that makes it really desirable to live here because you can build instant community and find people who share similar similar interest as you. One of your questions might be, Meredith, TR, and Furman sound amazing. Who lives there? There's a great mix of everybody who lives here. There are obviously a good amount of retirees because of the proximity to the Swamp Rabbit Trail, because of Furman and the Ollie program. There's also a good amount of families. My kids and I are in the Travelers Rest area. There's soccer, there's sports, there's dance, all the things that you could possibly need. So you've got a little bit of everything. Travelers Rest is really the side of town where it's very easy to take advantage of all of the outdoor opportunities. If you're curious in outdoor opportunities for where you want to live, one of the most popular outdoor spots is Paris Mountain, and that's where we're going to head next. Not only does Paris Mountain have a state park, which I've done a video about, but Paris Mountain has some million-dollar views. And so if you're looking for a mountain lifestyle and you want to be up above the clouds, we've got that in Travelers Rest. Let's go check out Paris Mountain. Paris Mountain, I feel comfortable saying it's the crown jewel of Travelers Rest. It is something that those of us who live on this side of town, and even if you just live in Greenville, it's really special. From most of Greenville, you can see Paris Mountain. And if you go to some of the restaurants and gift shops in downtown Travelers Rest, you can actually buy some souvenirs that say, if you can't see Paris Mountain, you're too far from home. The reason why is because, especially from downtown Travelers Rest, you can always see the mountain. As a cyclist, Paris Mountain is a really special place. I try to climb Paris at least once a week. For those of you who are cyclists, you're already wondering, so I'm going to tell you. It's a 2.2 mile climb from the Altamont side, a little over 800 feet. It's a steady climb. It's fun. It'll get you fit really quick, and then you drop back down the other side, and that's what takes you to the state park side of the mountain. I am driving up Altamont Road, and Altamont is the road that goes up and over the mountain. It's the road where if you want a true mountain house, mountain lifestyle, this is the area we're going to watch. There are several different neighborhoods. There's also just individual lots up here that you can purchase. You get that true altitude. It's a little bit cooler up here, obviously, because you're going to gain 800 feet as you drive to the top, and you get views. So because Paris sits between Greenville and Travelers Rest, on one side of the mountain, you'll get views of Travelers Rest and the Blue Ridge. On the other side, you'll get views of downtown and maybe some of Pickens County and some of those mountains headed out that way. But Paris is such a special place. There are incredible properties up here. It is a really quiet and beautiful place to live. It's a twisty, true mountain road. And I gotta tell you, because I'm a girl who loves to drive, there have been times when I've been known to even put the Tahoe in sport mode and just kind of take it up over the mountain, very carefully respecting my cycling brothers and sisters. But this is a beautiful, special, very unique part of Travelers Rest that is just unlike any other place you will find. And even if you don't decide to live on the mountain, you can live close to the mountain and either as a cyclist, take advantage of climbing and riding the mountain. As a runner, there is a half marathon. It's the Paris Mountain Road Race that takes place in December of every year, and it goes up and over the mountain and winds through some of the neighborhoods. And that brings me to golf on the mountain. There is a golf club. It's on the Furman side of Paris Mountain. That's Paris Mountain Country Club, and it's beautiful. I actually used to live there many years ago. It is a public club, but you can join. It's a very hilly mountain golf course. So if you are seeking the golf lifestyle and the mountain lifestyle, you're going to be able to get it right here in Travelers Rest. And that brings me to the next area we're going to go explore, and that is Green Valley Country Club and the surrounding neighborhoods around that. So we're going to spin around. We're going to head back down the mountain. Let's go check out some golf course living in Travelers Rest. You might be like a lot of the people that call me, and you might call me and say, Meredith. I either want to live on a golf course or be near a golf course community, and that is super easy to do in Travelers Rest. I just turned into Valley Oaks, which is a community that sits adjacent to Green Valley Country Club. And if you were here with me in my car, which is what a lot of people do, we go shop for houses, you can see the screen here, and all I can see is green. So all of these homes here in Green Valley, Valley Oaks, Hampton Grove, Curillion, which we'll drive through, they are older, bigger homes. Price ranges in the Green Valley area. There's one neighborhood that's still down in the 400s. It's called Churchill Falls, and it's literally across the street from Green Valley. But most of these other neighborhoods with the bigger homes, they're going to be priced $600-700 up well into the millions. So if you're looking for a bigger home in a more established neighborhood, you can see like the gorgeous established trees and greenery. You just might fall in love with the Green Valley area. Green Valley Country Club is a private golf course, but it is actually very affordable. I'm not going to quote membership rates because those can change, and I don't know when you're watching this video, but you can reach out to me and I can help you find that information. Green Valley has golf. They have swim. There's a social and sport membership where they have a fitness club with classes. The food at Green Valley is incredible. I used to be a member, and my kids love their French fries because we always had to meet our monthly dining quota, and it was very easy to do with two young kids who loved French fries. There's a pool for swim. There's tennis. There's pickleball. Beautiful driving range. Gorgeous golf course. A lot of the homes are on the golf course. There's not really any lots left. I think Green Valley has pretty much been developed, but there is plenty of turnover and plenty of opportunities right here in the Green Valley area to find a home that you love so that you can call Travelers Rest home. So let's go check out what some of the homes in this Green Valley area look like. We're cruising around showing you all of these neighborhoods that are adjacent to Green Valley. And the big reason why is that you're going to find in upstate South Carolina, especially if you're looking to retire here, we don't have a lot of master planned retirement communities. There's actually one that's starting in Travelers Rest. We'll get to that later in the video, but most of your choices are going to be places where you will come somewhere like Furman, which we talked about earlier, or a beautiful country club like Green Valley, and that's where you will build community. You'll find people with similar interests. You have a beautiful place to hang out every weekend and come have Saturday brunch, and it's just going to become the heart of your life here in Travelers Rest. And so that's why we're exploring all of these incredible neighborhoods right here around beautiful Green Valley Country Club so that you can build the life and the community you're looking for when you move here. Fun fact about the mascot for the Green Valley Country Club, it's not just a squirrel, it's a white squirrel. Because here in Travelers Rest, we have white squirrels. You gotta come see them for yourself. So when we talk about the Green Valley area and not living in maybe like a Del Webb self-contained retirement community, Curillion is an amazing example of one of these neighborhoods that's adjacent to Green Valley Country Club. Beautiful, established neighborhood. To be exact, there are 247 homes in this neighborhood. Prices range from the high 500s up to almost 800, and it's a mile from the Swamp Rabbit Trail, 5 minutes by car to downtown Travelers Rest, a very walkable, social, active community that is adjacent to Paris Mountain, to Green Valley Country Club, to Travelers Rest, to everything that's amazing about Travelers Rest. This is a community not every agent is going to know about, but when you start thinking about, I want to live a specific lifestyle in Travelers Rest, and I want to be able to walk and bike and get outside and know my neighbors, Curillion is the spot. And by the way, if you'll go into my channel and look, there's a couple of videos where I feature some homes in Curillion because it's close to the Swamp Rabbit Trail and it's pretty desirable. So If you're looking for that active golf lifestyle, you can find it in Travelers Rest. Our next stop as we venture out of this Green Valley golf side of Travelers Rest is downtown. We're going to roll down Main Street, show you everything that's cool and charming and unique about Travelers Rest. And then from there, we'll head out into what I call the county, and we'll see what it looks like to live a little bit out of downtown Travelers Rest. Let's keep rolling, y'all. So we have made our way from Furman to Paris Mountain to the golf courses, and now we're heading right into downtown Travelers Rest. I just passed Trailblazer Park and City Hall back over my left shoulder. The Swamp Rabbit is over my right shoulder, and Trailblazer and City Hall are pretty important because when you decide to live, even if you don't decide to live in Travelers Rest, you decide to live in Greenville, you're probably going to come to Travelers Rest because the Travelers Rest Farmers Market is the best market in the upstate. Yes, that's my personal opinion. You can at me on that. And that's at Trailblazer Park. And the other really awesome thing about Trailblazer Park, and I experienced this last Saturday, I had clients with me who are here from out of state shopping for a home in TR. They parked at Trailblazer Park, and they parked there after the market was over. And by the time I dropped them off, after we'd searched for houses, there was already concerts and food trucks that had set up for Saturday evening. So Travelers Rest, Trailblazer Park is kind of the heart of downtown. There's bathrooms, so it's a great place to park and meet to walk or run. It's a great place to park and start a bike ride. If you need tips for routes to ride from Travelers Rest, if you want to get off of the Swamp Rabbit and you want to know where to go to ride safely, I just happen to be a bike guide in addition to my real estate expertise, and I would love to give you some ideas for where to go ride bikes. But back to Travelers Rest and living here. So we're about to turn onto Main Street, and Travelers Rest Main Street is just so charming and friendly, and it really is still quaint. It is local businesses. If you live in Travelers Rest, you can basically get everything you need right here on Main Street. There's multiple wine shops for those of you who need quality wine. There's a barber shop, there's multiple coffee shops, there's a floral shop, plant shop, home decor, antiques, tacos, pizza. There's multiple pizza options. You can battle which is better, sidewall versus coastal crust. There's also now a new butchery and market, AM/PM Farms, and that place has just been super popular. It just opened, and immediately upon opening, it's been popular. Free Hub Bikes is here, so you can buy a bike, you can rent a bike, you can get your bike worked on. Plenty of places to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Upcountry Provisions is just off of Main Street, and it's one of my favorite breakfast and lunch spots. My dentist is right there. Carolina Oaks is where my entire family goes to the dentist. Tipsy Taco, we have taco options too. You can do the battle of farmhouse versus tipsy. There's even ice cream. There's yoga, there's Pilates. So basically what I'm telling you is you can find it all right here in Travelers Rest, right here on Main Street. You won't have to go to Greenville, and you'll be just like me. When you move here, you're going to say on the weekends, I don't even need to get in my car. You can either hop on your bike on the Swamp Rabbit Trail, or you can walk, and you can get to everything you need. And here at the very edge of the end of the Travelers Rest Business District, we even have a hospital. So you've got it all right here in Travelers Rest Business District. Now, Meredith, I don't want to live in the business district. I got you. Next, we're going to head out and show you some of the neighborhoods that lie just outside of the business district. They're still under 10 minutes to downtown. They're still close to Travelers Rest and the Swamp Rabbit Trail, but you can feel like you're a little more tucked away and out of the bustle of this cute little downtown. Let's go there. So we made our way off of Main Street, out of downtown Travelers Rest, and now the road that I'm on is called Bowers Road. and I'm about to turn on to Tubbs Mountain Road. Tubbs Mountain Road actually comes straight out of Travelers Rest. Right now, I can't get to it from a certain direction because the city is installing sidewalks and bike lanes because it comes right off of Main Street. One of my favorite restaurants, it's called Cherokee Valley Firehouse, is right there. You hang a right off Tubbs Mountain onto Poinsett, and Cherokee Alley is right there. But where we are, you can kind of see some new development going on back over my left shoulder. I'm going to show you Bowers Road has a good amount of newer homes on it. There's a good mix. I talked about coming out of downtown and kind of into the county. If you want to live in the Travelers Rest area and be close to all that Travelers Rest has to offer, but not be right in downtown, there's plenty of choices for that. And Tubbs Mountain is an awesome place to show you because you can see Paris Mountain. And remember, if you can't see Paris Mountain, you're too far from home. And there's some great, beautiful new developments. I'm about to turn into Tubbs Mountain Estates. They just started selling phase 2. Phase 1 is done. It's possible that we could find you a resale, but phase 2 has begun. So there's still some new construction opportunity in here. These houses now are priced from the 600s, mostly one level living. There are some 2-story floor plans, but it's mostly one level with a bonus room up. What I love about this builder is they really incorporate this mountain style and kind of an outdoor appearance into these homes. They have these beautiful soaring ceilings, stone fireplaces, and just colors that, to me, when I walk into these homes that are at Tubbs Mountain Estates, I feel like they reflect kind of the Blue Ridge. Tubbs Mountain Estates is right off Tubbs Mountain Road, bigger lots, beautiful homes, still some opportunities for new construction. And I think it's a great location because you are under 10 minutes by car to downtown, easy bike ride to the trail. You have to be on the road for a little bit, and just a beautiful, quiet part of Travelers Rest where you can still be close to it all. I kind of piqued your interest when I said earlier that Travelers Rest has a master planned retirement community coming, and it's right out here near Tubbs Mountain. So let's go check it out. So we just turned off of Tubbs Mountain. We came out of Tubbs Mountain Estates and we turned onto Jones Kelly Road. I love Jones Kelly Road. It's a road that I ride often when I'm on a training ride on my bike because this horse pasture, and it just is so calming and refreshing and beautiful that I'm just 5 minutes from downtown Travelers Rest, and here's this beautiful horse pasture. But you're here to learn about houses. So Jones Kelly still has some new development. There's a local builder who has some lots that he just made available here on Jones Kelly. And it's kind of like a pocket community out here. Kelly Farms, Judge Looper Court. There's several little new roads that have been cut in out here that these houses are 5 years and newer. So there's a lot of opportunity to watch for resale. And again, you are under 10 minutes to downtown Travelers Rest. If you could look to the right, you would see Paris Mountain. So remember, we're staying close to that crown jewel of Travelers Rest. We're staying close to the mountain. These homes out here off of Jones Kelly in the 500s, I've seen some start going into the 600s, depending on how they've been updated, depending on the size of the yards. But if your budget is around the 500s and you want a little bit bigger lot, you don't want to be in such a self-contained neighborhood, Jones Kelly is a great option. And again, if you're a cyclist, you're very close to the Swamp Rabbit Trail, super close to the roads we use to ride into North Carolina. And if you're a walker or a runner, these are very quiet, low speed limit roads that you are certainly safe to walk your pups or go for a train and run on. So when you reach out to me, because you have now decided that Travelers Rest is the place for you, and you want quiet and you want a little bit of space, let's talk about the Jones Kelly, Tubbs Mountain area. And if you are still watching because you have got to hear about this new master planned 55 and up community, I am turning on the East Bowers Road and we're about to show it to you. Stay tuned. We turned on the East Bowers Road, and literally last week, y'all, I have been telling people, if you want to live in a master plan community in Greenville for 55 and up, you're going to have to go out south of town and buy from Del Webb. I don't love that location, but if that's what you want, y'all, let's go check it out because Del Webb is amazing. I was on my bike last Saturday morning and I screeched my tires to a stop because I came around the corner and our friends at Lennar have put up these signs, the Villas of North Valley, resort style living for 55 and up, coming soon. So I have some friends inside of Lennar that have given me all the information for this community. Bowers Road turns right off of Tubbs Mountain. Tubbs Mountain turns right off of Poinsett, which runs you into Main Street. So this community is 2 turns by bike from the Swamp Rabbit Trail, 2 turns by bike or car from Main Street. Right here in Travelers Rest, we now have a master plan 55 and up resort style community that is on the way. So if that is what you were looking for, we now have it. That's one of the coolest things about Travelers Rest. The development has been thoughtful. It has not been overdeveloped. And so coming out of this community, I am staring at beautiful cows grazing on the hillside. And I think that's what everybody loves about Travelers Rest so much. Which brings me to something that a lot of people don't know about Travelers Rest, and it's that we have a boutique hotel that when you arrive, you're going to think you've landed in Europe. And you're going to ask yourself, am I still in South Carolina? Let's go check out this boutique hotel and I'll show you the areas surrounding it where you can live a golf course lifestyle and you're going to thank me. So let's go, y'all. Let's go check out the rest of Travelers Rest. Okay, so for a time check, we're a little more than 10 minutes by car out of downtown Travelers Rest, and I am turning into one of my favorite places locally, and it's Hotel Domestique. And you might notice the cyclist that just passed me on the other side. Hotel Domestique is this beautiful boutique hotel. The address is Travelers Rest. It's about 10 minutes out of downtown, headed toward North Carolina. It is a beautiful boutique hotel. It's home to Restaurant 17. It's owned by George Hincapie, which if you're in the cycling world, you know George because he was Lance Armstrong's Domestique, hence the name. And a Domestique, if you're not in the cycling world, is basically the guy that pulls the leader of the team who's going to win all of the stages. The Domestique is the one that pulls him to the point where the winner can then get out and take over. Cyclists work as a team, and so George was the guy that basically assisted Lance into most of his career wins. We're not going to debate how those happened. George is a great part of our community. He gives back a lot. He's really involved in bringing more cyclists into the sport. You don't have to or need to be a cyclist to come check out Hotel Domestique. It's for everyone. Actually, this is where my kids and friends and I come for brunch. On the weekends, it's also our favorite place to come for holidays. Thanksgiving is amazing here. Easter is amazing here. And when you're here, it looks like a hotel in the European countryside. And so if you live in some of the communities that are up adjacent to Hotel Domestique, we're about to pop over to one more golf course community that I want to show you. If you live in some of these communities, Hotel Domestique could be part of your lifestyle. I happen to be a bike guide for Hotel Domestique. So if you stay here, you can come hop on the bike and I'll take you for a tour of the amazing roads in and out of here. We'll go into North Carolina, maybe back down into downtown Travelers Rest, but this is a really special place. Hotel Domestique is like nowhere else in the world. It books up, so you got to plan your trip here, but if you lived here, it's right here in your back door, and it's a beautiful, unique, luxurious place that you can call home. A fun fact about Restaurant 17 is that it's named after the 17 switchbacks of Green River Cove, which is one of Georgia's favorite climbs. It's also one of my favorite climbs. North Carolina Department of Transportation is actively working to rebuild that particular road. It was destroyed last year in Hurricane Helene, but it is a 2.5 mile climb with 17 switchbacks. And I actually love it because recounting the switchbacks takes my mind off the climbing. That's just kind of the way I am when I ride. So when you get here, when you're exploring, if you need a place to stay, when you come here for your house hunting trip and Traveler's Rest, check out Hotel Domestique and ask them about a bike guide named Meredith. They might tell you some pretty cool things about her. We just left Hotel Domestique and I told you that I was going to show you at least one more golf course community. And here we are. About 5 minutes from Hotel Domestique is Cherokee Valley. Cherokee Valley could be considered to be in Tigerville, which really, y'all, it's all Traveler's Rest. Most of these addresses are Traveler's Rest. But Cherokee Valley is another beautiful golf course community. It's a lot like Green Valley in that it's well established, it's very friendly, and it's very affordable. There's a pool, tennis courts, golf, driving green, incredible restaurant. The restaurant is called Core 450, and even my neighbors, I live kind of close to downtown Traveler's Rest. This is the Friday night spot because the chef here is so good, and it's like an approachable, nice restaurant. It's not like a place where you need to really dress up. But Cherokee Valley has several different sections to it. It's about 15 minutes outside of downtown Traveler's Rest, and budget here, depending on how new or how big the home is, you're going to see anywhere from the 600s well up to past $1 million. And you're going to find a little bit of everything in here because there are still some lots that are still available for purchase, but also now some of the homes that were originally built here are being sold and turning over to new owners. So lots of opportunity, lots of homes here in the Cherokee Valley area. And that brings me to one of my final points as we wrap up this driving tour of Traveler's Rest, South Carolina. Traveler's Rest goes all the way to the state line. So when you leave downtown Traveler's Rest, when you leave Main Street and you head north on Highway 25, that's the road that takes you into North Carolina. It's at most a 20 to 30 minute drive to cross the state line, but you can buy a home all the way up to the state line and you will still pay South Carolina taxes. You will still have a Traveler's Rest address, and you're still gonna be in the mountains. You'll be super close to Western North Carolina. If you've heard of little towns that people maybe talk about, such as Hendersonville, Apple Country, Asheville, all those little Western North Carolina mountain towns, you can get South Carolina prices and live in Traveler's Rest, but be under 30 minutes to all that the mountains of Western North Carolina have to offer. And that's a pretty awesome trade-off. When you get past Hotel Domestique and the Cherokee Valley area, you really are in the mountains. If you've noticed today, everywhere that we've been, whether it was Green Valley, whether it was the top of Paris Mountain, whether it was Hotel Domestique, we were surrounded by the mountains. It is hilly. We're in the foothills of the Blue Ridge. Once you pass Hotel Domestique on Highway 25 and you're really headed up toward the state line, you're really in the mountains. So if your dream is a true remote mountain home with views for days, you can do that in Traveler's Rest. Those prices are going to be anywhere from $500 to in the millions, and it just depends where we find you a home, how big the lot is, how new the home is. The trade-off there, if you want that true mountain lifestyle, is going to be that you're going to be 20 to 30 minutes, depending on where you go, 20 to 30 minutes into downtown Traveler's Rest. So you will be a little bit remote. You will be a little bit further from amenities, but Traveler's Rest is still going to be your home community. That's still going to be the home base of everything you do for medical, for grocery, your Ace Hardware. All the things that you need are going to be down in Traveler's Rest. And then again, no matter where you are, Traveler's Rest is still only 10 to 15 minutes from downtown Greenville by car. So it's a pretty sweet location. And if you really have your heart set on the ultimate mountain living lifestyle, we can make it happen. We just need to start watching for the perfect spot for you somewhere between Hotel Domestique and the state line. So I'm headed back down Highway 25 toward Main Street Travelers Rest, toward Furman. I can literally see Paris Mountain, all of it actually, in my windshield. Y'all, Travelers Rest is special. It is a friendly place. It's a quiet place. I consider it a safe and beautiful place for my family and I to live. Travelers Rest is a place where you can feel like you live in the mountains. You can feel like you're living tucked away from it all, yet you're close to everything you need, and you're still under 15 minutes by car from downtown Greenville. You've got the established neighborhoods of Green Valley Country Club, the choices you have where you can live close to a golf community. You've got Paris Mountain so that you can be in Travelers Rest up high on a mountain. You've got Tubbs Mountain, you've got Jones Kelly, you've got Bowers Road where I told you about the secret new 55 plus community. And then if you really want to get out of Dodge but not be too far from it all, we head up 25 toward Hotel Domestique, to Cherokee Valley and the surrounding areas, to all of the beautiful opportunities to have that true mountain lifestyle all the way to the North Carolina-South Carolina state line. Y'all, I just can't hide it. Travelers Rest is the best. When I tell you that it's Greenville's most desirable area, I really believe that that's true. So, if you have enjoyed learning more about what it actually looks like to drive around and explore the areas of Travelers Rest that you could call home, hopefully you've enjoyed this video so much that you've already subscribed so that you don't miss a thing, because clearly I love showing you the best parts of life here in Greenville, South Carolina. But there's one more thing you got to do, because if you want to live in Travelers Rest, I'm the girl for the job. Once again, my name is Meredith Rigdon. I started this little corner of YouTube called Greenville Bucket List because I believe this is the best place ever. If you want to chat with me about making a move to the Greenville, South Carolina area, or selling your home in the Greenville, South Carolina area, please check out my email address. We'll put it on the screen. You can also find all of my contact information in my channel info in this video caption. I would love to help you. I would love to welcome you as my neighbor to amazing Travelers Rest. When you drive around, you're going to see a mural, and that mural says, "It's a town as charming as its name. Get yourself here and let me prove myself right." Bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.